Welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. And we'll go straight to the drug arrest. Yesterday there was the press release for two cases. One of them we already reported that they changed the way to transfer the drugs, remember, from the normal pickup truck on the road to be speedboat along the Pink River, and will go deliver at the Tak province at the Bhumipol Dam.
Right.
That one was the big arrest that with the 400,000 methamphetamine pills. Along with that, the police able to confiscate the asset of the suspect, which is have the total value of 10 million baht.
That's a lot.
I told you we're in the wrong industry here.
We're not going to go into that industry.
Okay.
All right.
And another case that also was on the press release yesterday, a bit smaller, but still with that case, with that arrest is 100,000 methamphetamine pills together. This one was in Bangkok, but the suspect, no, actually, that one was in Rayong province. The suspect was on the way to deliver the methamphetamine pills at the Luang Pheng on Nut Road in Bangkok. Together with the 100,000 methamphetamine pills, this 46-year-old Chayapum locals called Grit Ngok Na Siao was arrested with his pickup truck with Bangkok license plates, 2 mobile phones. And yes, his house was in Rayong province. So that's why the police able to find another 100,000 methamphetamine pills.
All right.
And yeah, every day this stuff
happen. But it's good. Like I said, at
It's
least
good.
we know that we be able to confiscate some instead of having it, just it's
All free
bursting in
flow.
the market. Exactly. So good deal instead. Now, talking about deal, there has been a deal made yesterday in terms of assisting the rubber farmers, because obviously at this point, several sector has already came up and said that we have been impacted negatively from this, especially in terms of the logistically as well as the economically in around the area. So it's not just affect the rubber farmers anymore. It's about the people in the area that cannot traveling here and there. So the government finally came up with a solution, at least. They say that not all of the protesters agree on this. Some of them still said that it's not good enough offer. However, some of the protesters kind of accept it because they say that, well, at least this is what the government tried to do. And as I said yesterday, that they said they will give the government 6 months in terms of try to increase it to 120 baht per kilogram. But that's quite a long way to go.
Yes.
Because at this point, the government is coming down to about 95 baht per kilogram. Now, giving you the update on that particular case, they also talk about double the rubber subsidies. And this I talked about yesterday before, that the offer was about 1,260 baht per rai, with the 25 rai limit per each of the farmer. However, at this point, Deputy Prime Minister Kittirat Naranong said that the National Rubber Policy Committee yesterday agreed to double it to 2,520 baht per rai. Now, this new proposed subsidy would be tabled for the cabinet consideration today. So technically, it hasn't been, fully said, agreed upon yet. Well, not officially, but they already negotiated on it. So I think this is the offer on the table. Now they say that the farmers would get about 12 baht per kilogram for their rubber based on this particular decision. And this, when added to the current price of 78 baht per kilogram, it will ensure that they will get about 90 baht per kilogram, which is the price that the government offer at this point.
This is, as I remember, this whole rubber farmer protest, they actually have somewhere around 16 subgroups together. I think that's why it's a bit more complicated to negotiate.
Because they still said that on the 14th of September, I guess they're going to wait for today, because obviously the offer hasn't been, signed and fully dispersed yet. So the farmers will take a look today in terms of the cabinet consideration whether or not this is going to be official. And they say that the 14th of September, some of them still say that they will gather. So we're going to still have to brace for that. And Kun Prasha, of course, talking about gathering people today, the concerned authorities, to get together, have a meeting, especially the provincial governor of Prachuap Khiri Khan, as well as the other 14 provinces that affected by this particular case, to come in and talk and perhaps trying to use them as a way to, talk to the farmers and somehow help in terms of opening up the roads and such, because at this point they say that the Thai Chamber of Commerce Committee has came out and talked about the fact that they are threatened to close down Sadao district, the checkpoint in Songkhla province, and that would cause a lot of loss in trade between country, because don't forget around the area we do have a trade with Malaysia as well. Exactly. So in the neighboring country, and they say that this could cause about 1,000 million. So that would be like what, 1 billion?
1 billion baht
each day.
That's a lot of money.
On average.
Each day, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, just make it quick.
So the House, the deliberation today will probably be looked at a lot in terms of a lot of people. So hopefully we'll hear something, but at least the government offers something.
Talking about the government and the people, as we all know, on September 1st, the LPG price has gone up, and every month it will be up for 50 stang. So if you were around Vipavadi Rangsit Road yesterday, around PTT headquarters, you will experience some road congestion, and you probably will see some protesters. But what happened yesterday, there were actually two groups of protesters.
Oh, okay.
Though there was one there that has been there for a month, and there was another one that was just there yesterday. The two groups, one of them called themselves the Network of the People that Own Thai Energy. That was one of the group. And another group that was just there yesterday is the one that is called Thammayatra. Apparently, after it reportedly about 1,000 people all together in the afternoon between two groups, even though both of them opposed to government price hike, but they were not together. So somehow their speakerphones and whatever they were saying was kind of like...
So verbally abusing each other?
Not
maybe?
Totally verbally abuse each other, but think about two speakerphone, face
blasting.
each other, blasting to each other.
Yeah.
Even though at the end of they want the same result, but they're not necessarily, practice the same kind of protest.
Right.
While the People Network try to tell their own participants not to get into the fence or into the gate of PTT headquarters. Somehow at the end of the day, participants from Thammayatra are able to climb up the fence, get inside, and in intention to wave Thai flag. For some reason. So that's when the chaotic start, because the protester from another side pulled the person down from the fence. So they just fought off each other. There was some point in time yesterday the road was blocked too when the protesters...
So they're fighting for the same thing but ended up fighting each other.
Just different way, different ideology of how to protest. The other one doesn't want to get inside the fence, but the other one just, I guess we can say, a bit more aggressive.
Right.
But at the end of the day, yesterday, about 6 p.m., the People Network decided to announce that to stop their gathering. But in September 10th, which is today, they will go to the administrative court to listen to the hearing of the case that they're asking the court to stop the LPG price hike. first. So today there will be something more again.
Right. Okay. So moving on to another interesting news, and this one obviously involving a little bit on politics and such. This is about Kun Banharn Silapa Acha and the reform panel. Remember that Kun Banharn has been assigned to become the coordinator, I would say, to invite different parties to get into this particular reform and talk together. Obviously, Kun Apisit somehow still not getting on board. So Kun Banharn Silapa Acha yesterday went to see Kun Anand Panyarachun. Now, he is a well-respected former prime minister of ours. Obviously, yesterday at about 2 hours altogether, they talked. And after 2 hours, Kun Banharn has came up and said that Kun Anand Panyarachun, although did not get on board yet, just said that he would like Kun Banharn to at least have a clearer picture in terms of the panel itself, and then he might join in later on, because at this point Kun Anand Panyarachun hasn't fully agreed to actually be on the panel. And Kun Anand himself talked to a reporter. He said that, well, he would like the government to actually have a clearer picture first. At this point, he wasn't the only one that Kun Banharn visited. There's 60, 70 people altogether, of well-respected people that's supposed to talk about this. And Kun Banharn was just coordinator. So he came in as a good friend, good old friend to talk about certain ideas. He said that he understands that there will be some obstacle. However, at this point, he believed that trust is one of the things that has to be built before this panel will be fully ejected. So Kun Banharn agreed and said that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to take only 1 to 2 years. It's probably going to take could be 5 to 10 in terms of building trust, but it has to be done. However, at this point, Kun Banharn said that on the 11th, so tomorrow, he will visit Kun Sonthi Limthongkul.
Interesting.
The former PAD leader, to actually join this. And if you haven't heard about Kun Sonthi Limthongkul already, he was a former yellow shirt leader. So former, I would have to say, because they already came up and announced that they will not play part into this anymore. They've stepped down and such. So tomorrow we will hear a little bit more whether or not Kun Banharn will be able to get Kun Sonthi on board into this reform. Yeah.
He's the founder of People Alliance for Democracy, the Yellow Shirt movement, lots of people call.
All right.
So it will be interesting if Kun Anand Panyarachun decided to sit in the panel too, because he's one of the most popular former prime minister.
Yeah, and we're respected. A lot of people, take his words seriously, and obviously he probably have to take himself very seriously too, because if he gets into this panel, that means there's a lot at stake. So that's why he said that get everything, a bit clearer, and then he might join the panel. All right, we're going to take a short break because we're going to have a little bit more of political news, including Kun Apisit Wechashiwa and, his talk against Prime Minister, as well as the fact that the 26 MPs of Pheu Thai Party that were not there at the
there by signature, but not there physically,
gonna be in big trouble. So please stay tuned.